In this video, I'm going to help you get started quickly with the Search Analyzer software. So basically what this software does, it utilizes the Amazon search engine. And what you do here is you enter in a search keyword, and then you can analyze all the products that are returned by Amazon.com or Amazon.uk. So, sorry, .co.uk. So all you got to do first is select any of the things you want to do here on the right hand side. So you've got the Amazon site you can select from. You also have all the categories. So you can see here all the categories are built right in. For Amazon.com at the time of recording this video, there's over 37,340 categories. So you can go ahead in here and just select the category you want. All you gotta do is just click the checkbox. You can only select one category at a time. So if you can't find what you want in here by either going deep down into the categories, you can see you can go right to as deep as you want. You can use a little search thing up here. So all you gotta do is say, for example, you're looking for I don't know, something to do with gloves, I guess. Type in here and it will return all the categories that have the word gloves contained in it, so you can quickly see. So it reduced it down to 318. Or you can go ahead and reload and not even use any of the categories. You can just select all categories if you'd like. But I do want to mention that if you select a subcategory of any level, you will be able to get more items returned for your search per page. If you just select all items, then Amazon will only return, I think, around 16 to 20 products per page, whereas if you actually select a subcategory, you'll get a lot more per page. So just keep that in mind. And plus, too, if you kind of drill down into certain categories, you'll just get more valuable data as opposed to just looking overall. So it's recommended that you try to select these items as best as possible to narrow down your search. You don't want to be searching through Amazon for 10,000 products because it does take a while for Amazon to serve those results to the software. So you want to try and narrow it down as much as possible so you can try to pinpoint those the data that you're looking for. So you can extract the items by featured, relevancy, price, the average customer reviews, or the newest arrivals. You can search a maximum pages. Now I do want to mention that on Amazon you can't search over, I think it is 100 or 200 pages or something like that. Amazon just doesn't let you. In fact, if you go to Amazon.com and type in a search and try to go to like page 2000 or something like that, it won't even show you any results. So they limit the amount of results, even though they show you the total amount of items that will be returned, say like 20,000 or something like that. They actually won't show you 20,000 in the results. It's just the way they do. But if you do select a subcategory, they will show a lot more. I think it's like 400 pages as opposed to 200 pages. So that's why it's important to try to select a subcategory. You'd also do the price range and the ratings and the discount. And I do want to mention that sometimes if you put a price range in here from say like $10 to $20, you may find some products that will show up that are not within that range. I'm not sure why Amazon does that, but I have the software set up so it just it returns all the data that Amazon gives us. So it does narrow it down quite a bit, but you may find the odd product here or there that won't be in your price range, but that's totally fine. You can just simply sort out those products or filter them out if you'd like. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's just use an example. Let's say barbecue gloves. And we'll go ahead and select a sub category here. Let's go down and find, let's say, the patio, lawn, and garden. Click OK. And I'm going to sort by relevancy, and I'm just going to go ahead and search the first 3 pages and just leave the rest. And you click the start button at the top, and it'll go ahead and start downloading the results from the search results pages of Amazon, and you'll get some data return, which is going to be the product ID, title, the sale price, rating, reviews, and sometimes you'll get the total offers. And you'll see a lot of other cells here that don't have any data in it. We can go ahead and pull more data by clicking the more data at the bottom there, just more data, and then extract data from all rows. So let's go ahead and do that. And now it'll go through and pull more data from each individual page. And you'll notice that we have some cells that are colored here. This is based on something called an opportunity score equation that we've integrated into the software. And it is fully 100% customizable to whatever you're doing in your marketing or market research for Amazon. I'll just show you that in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and let this run through. All right, now we can see all the data here. And we can sort each column let's go ahead and get this more into view here, and I'll show you some of the features real quickly. So you can sort each column, no problem, just by clicking the top row here. Sort by opportunity score, FBA size, dimensions. It will sort by volume when you sort the dimensions, total offers, the Amazon site you just extract it from, where it's shipped by, FBA or FBM or Amazon, weight, reviews, ratings, sale price. Now you'll also see these little drop down menus here. These are the quick filters, so we can go ahead and filter out stuff we don't want. So let's say we just want to see everything that's greater than a main category rank of 1000. So it will quickly just sort it out, and it does color the column that you filtered green. So we can, and if we want to delete out the filters or actually see the filters, click this filter button down here and go show filters. And now we can see that filter there if you'd like. If you want to remove it, there's a bunch of ways we can do that. We can click the remove button in the filters window, and we can remove all filters or just selected filter. Another way to do it is down here on the filters button. You can go delete filters. I'll use that one. And it's really quick. This window will just float over top, so you can actually just put it to the side if you'd like. And as you're adding quick filters, you can quickly see them over here. This particular filter actually filtered everything out, so let's go ahead and remove that filter. But let's say we did more than 10, a rating of more than 4, reviews of more than 200, and you can see all the filters populate over here. And if we want to add filters within this window, it's a little bit more, you got more options as opposed just to the quick filters, because as you can see for the title and other categories, columns here, we don't have quick filters at the top of the actual columns, or yeah, at the top of the columns. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied there. You can come in here and just add a new filter by clicking the add button. It'll add a new row, and just double click here in the first column, and you can select the column you want to add a filter to. So let's say we add a filter to, let's say, where's the title? The title, and we want to add a keyword that is contained in there. For example, like barbecue, BBQ, and then you want to click apply, and then that will be applied to the title as well. There's a bunch of different options you can do here. So you got does not contain, can contain, and for the other ones here, you can do all sorts of stuff like equal to, greater, less than, equal or greater to, less or equal to, and not equal to. Definitely a lot more options when you do it inside of the filter window. Let's go ahead. And one thing you can do as well is you can actually save your filters to a file. So I can click the save button here, and I can save my filters real quickly. And let's go ahead and remove them. And I'll just show you how powerful that is. So let's say you just extracted all your data and you want to quickly filter out based on what you like to see for your data analysis. Just go here and click the filters button and click load filter file, and then load the filters you have saved, and boom, just like that. You can also access all that stuff from right click, and you'll see under filters you got all the options here as well. Let's continue on here real quickly and look at some other features. Now you can look at, you can preview all these items by clicking the controls and preview. It'll bring up your default web browser, and you can also see all of these products and their images, or the main image anyways, all the way down, and quickly see them. And all the data is also sorted in here in an interactive sort of web file. You can sort each column. You can even search in here. So gloves, or as you type it will search. Or filter out, I should say. You can also save this data in different formats, including that interactive file. You go up to the save to data file, save up here. You can save to a project file. Now the project file can only be opened up inside of the AMA Search Analyzer. So if you save as a project file, then you can do open from load from project file, or append multiple project files at once. You can save to a comma delimited file that will open up in your default spreadsheet program like Microsoft Excel. Save to a text file, or you can save all the ASIN numbers, the product ID numbers. These are the Amazon standard identification numbers. Or you can export to an interactive HTML file, which is basically that file that I showed you, the preview. So if you go and save, you'll save it as report.html. Now if you want to find where you save your files really quickly, underneath both these buttons, the save button and the load button, you'll find some of these really cool options here. You can open last working folder. So this is where we either saved a file or opened a file. So that's really handy if you kind of get lost in where you saved your files. I do that all the time. Or if you want to see the install folder of where the software is installed on your computer. You click that, and it'll show you bring you right there. That's another really handy feature there. Now let's get some of the stuff that you can get on the right-click menu. If you right-click, you can do some weight conversion. So let's say if you do not want to see in the weight column pounds, you want to go to like ounces, grams, or kilograms, just go ahead and select what you want, say kilograms. It'll automatically change all of them. If you want to go back to the defaults, which were initially extracted when you got the data, just put undo weight conversions and it'll go back to what it was. Because some of them will be pounds, some of them are ounces, and just to make it more consistent, you can change that. Now, the dimensions you can also change. You can see the dimensions here are in inches. You can change that to centimeters if you'd like, or you can go back to the original dimensions. Another really awesome feature here is, let's say you want to look at the history of a particular product in terms of its rank. So you can come down here and go product history, and click that, and it'll bring you to a website called Keepa that will show you all this cool information, which is the sales rank, list price, all this kind of cool stuff, so you can kind of track it over time and see how well it's done. Another awesome feature, if you actually click through to this product and you look down here and you'll see customers who bought this item also bought these things. So the software can actually pull these and analyze those as well. So let's go ahead and right click and select this option here, products also bought. And you'll see it working down bottom here, product 1 of 6. And it just adds it to the end of the data table. So you look down the bottom, it's adding it down here. And it should go through. And remember here, the first, these headphones or this glove here. So let's take a look. There it is. So we'll pull that data as well. It's a nice little feature as well. Now, if you'd like to clear out all the colors and you're interested in seeing these colors for the opportunity score, you can clear that out if you'd like. Just clear cells like that. If you want to add it back in, you can calculate the opportunity score and go in. You also can remove duplicates and remove selected rows. So you actually don't have to select an entire row. You can just select cells just like that. If you want to remove those ones, you just click right and remove those ones. Some other options you have here. The options here for more data. So you have 3 different options there. You can extract all rows, or you can extract the ones that just say not extracted data, or you can extract just the ones you select. So say you want to redo these ones here, you can select this option. You also have these 3 available in the right click menu. You can go here, extract more data, and say we want to extract the data that's selected. It'll go through and just pull the data from these 3 products that we selected. You can also select a particular cell and right click, and you can go check out that search on Google. It will search the title inside of Google, so you can go see where else it's being sold, or other other companies or marketplaces are selling that same product, and analyze it there. You can also go over to the Google keyword tool. It just brings you to the keyword planner. If you're logged in, it will bring you right there. Another really cool feature we have in here is analyzing the statistics of selected column data. Let me show you what that means. So let's say, for example, for this particular search, for everything we did here, let's say we wanted to see what's the average main rank of all these products that we searched in the first 3 pages of Amazon. So what we can do is we can just select the top cell here in the main rank column and go all the way down to the bottom, hold down your shift key on your keyboard and select all of them. Now let's right click and select statistics of selected column data. And it will tell us the amount of rows that were selected, the amount of rows that actually have a number, because sometimes you might have not have a number there, it might be like not given or not found or something like that. The sum of all those together, in this particular case, doesn't really mean much. Now the average, this is the average main rank for this keyword on the 3 pages of the search results, first 3 pages on Amazon. That's 20,000. When you're doing keyword research for certain niches, you want to be trying to find products that are reasonable. Like this is not bad, because you should be able to get in there and rank your product that you're private labeling or just selling within that range. This would be the minimum and this would be the maximum. So just additional valuable information. So you can do all sorts of columns in here. Basically, this applies to columns that have data, numerical data. So if you try to do it on a column that doesn't have any numerical data, it'll tell you there's no numerical data that was found. You do it on total offers. You can find all that information, the average total offers. Oh, that one didn't work properly there. You can also do it for the dimensions. The dimensions will actually show you the average volume. So this is in terms of volume. So total volume, this is the average volume, and this would be cubic inches in terms of volume. The minimum and the maximum, so that gives you an idea. You can also do it for things like weight. So you get the average weight, the minimum, maximum. So that's really important when you're trying to find products that have a really light weight to them, so you don't pay so much on shipping. So that's a handy little thing to do there as well. Now I actually just paused the video there and went and fixed that little issue there. So if you right click and you select the statistics here, you'll see that it will do the total. It'll do the total offers, no problem, as well as the reviews. So you can get the statistical data as well for that. Getting the average and minimum, maximum, as well as the dimensions. There was actually a little bit off there, but that's okay. I got it all figured out now. Makes more sense. You've got the volume amount here. That's the sum, average, minimum, maximum. So that's what that feature does. If you click on the top here, you're going to see another button for software settings. If you click that, you'll get access to some additional settings you can add within the software. So you can enter in your affiliate ID if you'd like. If you enter that in there, so when you save data to, say, for example, the interactive HTML report will have your affiliate ID integrated in all the links, as well as all the other output. So if you want to sell these reports and earn income from the Amazon affiliate program, that's just an option for you. You can set the default weight formats before you extract stuff. So for the US, you can set it to whatever you want. Same with the UK. And you can also select your Amazon commission percentage. This applies to people that use this software for affiliate commissions as an Amazon affiliate. If you want to see all the columns, I think the commission column is not actually activated right now. You'll see this button up here, columns. If you select that, you can select all the columns you want to see. The commission column is not activated, but if you want to see it, just click the column and click apply. It'll automatically show here, and you can see the commissions are set to 4%, so you can change that to whatever you want here. Let's say 8. Click done, and it'll automatically do it for you. In addition, you can also modify the quick filters if you would like. So you can add or subtract or take some out that you don't like, whatever you want. There's 3 different options you can do. The quick filters are meant to be simple, so you can only do greater than, equal, or less than. And you have to keep it in this exact same format. We will have another video that will explain this more in depth, but basically if you want to add another quick filter, say to the main rank, all you do is just select one of the rows, right click, copy, and then click your enter key on your keyboard, make another line, right click and paste, and make sure there's a blank space, a blank line in between each one there. And the way that format works is the first part here is the name of the column header, so that will be the same as you see at the top of the columns. And then there's a colon, a space, and the word greater. You can also use the word equal or the word less. And then the corresponding sign there. So this is greater than sign, or less than sign, or equal than sign, or equal to, I should say. Make sure there's a space in between the two, and then you can enter in the number here. You can enter in the number with or without a comma. It doesn't really matter if you have a comma inside the number. And so let's say we want to add a new one, say more than 50,000, for example. Go ahead and click done. And then if you go to the main category, it'll automatically populate right there and work just perfectly. Let's go ahead and delete out those filters. So that's how you can customize the quick filters. Now this is the opportunity score. This is where you can apply and totally customize the opportunity score. As you can see, some cells are actually colored a little bit of this orange color. That means that the data within that cell satisfies what is happening in the opportunity score variables here. Meaning, for that particular column, the main rank, you see main rank range, we have it set for 2,000 to 15,000. And if it's within that range, it will actually highlight that cell. And that will be applied to the overall opportunity score. So if you have certain pieces of data within these cells that satisfy these variables, that will be applied to the opportunity score. And the opportunity score is scaled between 0 and 100, where 100 is the best. So higher the opportunity score, the better it is, in terms of what you set in here. And it's fully customizable to what you want. So let me just take you through this for example. Let's say your desired range of rank, you want to be between 2,000 to 15,000. This is the main rank position. That's if you activate the column that says main category total. The software will go out and extract the total amount of products that are listed in the main category. So for example, in the main category, patio, lawn, and garden, you would actually extract out the total amount of items in that category. It could be 20 million, for example. And then the percentage, the main rank position percentage, is basically if the main rank is 10,000, and if there's 1,000,000 items in that particular category, what is the percentage of this? Where does it lay? Is it in the top 10% or the middle sort of thing? Because the main rank is telling you whether or not how well the product is selling. So just think of it like a race. If you're in a big race, there's 1,000,000 people in the race, and if you make number one, like if you win the race, you're number one. So you're the best, highest ranked person in that race. Well, this particular product has 10,737. So say he's 10,737 across the finish line out of 1,000,000 people. Well, what is that in terms of percentage? And that's what that is. So if we actually took that number, let's say we went 10,000, let's use my calculator here, 737 divided by 1,000,000 times 100, that's 1.07%. So if this was actually 8 to 15%, then that would be integrated into the actual opportunity score, which some people find that very a powerful piece of information. They always want to find products that are within the first 10 to 20% of the position of that rank within the entire category. Now moving on, we have the ratings. So you can set the ratings range. You can set the weight range. Here I have it set 0 to 2 pounds, so I want a really light product. The reviews, I don't want to have more than 400 reviews because I may not be able to compete with a product if I private label something. Maybe just the reviews will be too high. So if you go 0 to 400 and then you find a keyword that will return these products in that range, it could have a possibility of overcoming like the top seller guy on that page. The total number of offers, basically how many other people are selling the product sort of thing. You want to keep that pretty low or high, depending on what you want to do, really. The price range, if you want to keep it between $15 to $60, you can set that. You can also set the FBA size range. There's two options, a standard size or oversized. And if you want to learn more about the sizes, just click these links here. It'll take you right over to each corresponding Amazon site.com or the UK, and it'll explain what standard size and oversized is. And so now you can basically totally customize all these variables in your opportunity score to pinpoint products that really you need in your market, in your marketing. You can also set the importance. So let's say, for example, certain things are not very important to you. You have a couple of options. You can actually just deselect it completely. It won't even be included in the opportunity score calculation. Or if you would like it in there, but it's not that important to you. So for example, let's say you're looking for products that are definitely going to be within 2,000, 15,000 in terms of main rank. And that's very important in your research. So you can set other ones to less important. So you can go from 1 to 10, where 10 is the most important. So you can set this to say 5. The ratings, it's not very important to me, so I'll set the 4. The weight, that's pretty important. I want it to be that much. You know, the reviews, I want it to be, it's very important to me. The total other offers, I say it's not important. So on and so forth. When you click that, it would automatically alter the opportunity score. So if we go back and set the default, go back to defaults and click done, you can see the opportunity score changes. So you can see just how much you can customize the opportunity score to exactly what you need in your business when you're trying to find products to private label or as an affiliate. Now, there's one last thing I do want to show you in this video here is you can see here you got two options to search. So you can do a search by keyword, or you can actually insert ASIN numbers or just Amazon.com product links or Amazon.co.uk product links. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I have a couple of ASIN numbers saved from another software. Let's say you're not using AMASuite, maybe you're using other software to collect this information. And so all you got to do is just go ahead and just paste those in here, whatever the ASIN numbers you've got, and then click go. It'll automatically go in and start extracting and pulling all the data for all your ASIN numbers that you include in here. So that's another very powerful feature that was a feature that was requested by a lot of customers, so we definitely want to put this in here for you. Obviously the search phrase will not be included in this search because it's not provided. But now we have the ability to go ahead and analyze products that you may have stored on your computer from another software product, or maybe within AMASuite, because you can grab ASIN numbers from any search that you do. So here, let me just give you a demonstration of how to do that. Let's say you want to get all the ASIN numbers for a particular set of data you have. You can just select anything you want, copy. You can copy the ASIN numbers here, or you can actually go down to the controls down here, and you can go save all the products to all the ASIN numbers to a file. In addition, you also have that option up in save here. You can save all the ASINs to a file. So it's very easy to get the ASIN numbers out of there. Or if you'd like, you can actually just select and copy the ASIN numbers right from the data as well. So that's another useful feature we have built into the software.